The giant alien ships covered the sky above soul-like dark metal clouds. Admiral Kim Woo-jin stood on top of the Defense Ministry building, watching 12 different alien ships float above Earth's biggest cities. The ships were so huge they blocked out the sun completely. "Sir, they are sending the same message everywhere," said Captain Lee Min-ho behind him. "Every language, every radio station, every TV channel." Woo-jin felt his stomach drop. 3 days ago, these aliens had appeared without warning, called themselves the Hegemony, and they did not want to talk. They only wanted to give orders. An hour later, the alien leader appeared as a blue ghost-like image in the meeting room. The creature was 7 feet tall, with skin like glass that sparkled under the bright lights. When it spoke, its voice sounded like a machine. "I am Commander Velthair of the Hegemony Coalition. Your people must obey us in 72 hours, or we will destroy you all. This is not a discussion. This is your last chance." President Park Ju-on sat forward in his chair. "What happens if we say yes? You will work for us. Everything you have belongs to us now. Your people, your cities, your planet. In return, we will let you live." General Yoon Seo-jin asked the question everyone feared. What happened to other planets that said no? The alien's answer made everyone's blood turn cold. No planet has ever said no. Some needed to be taught lessons first. Then all the lights in the room started flashing through the big windows. They saw a bright beam of light hit the moon. The explosion was so big they could see it, even though it was daytime. The blast made a hole in the moon as big as all of South Korea. 71 hours left, Veltar said, then disappeared. Nobody spoke for a long time. Finally, President Park broke the silence. "General Yoon, start moving people out of the big cities. Make it look like we are scared, but keep everyone safe. Captain Lee, call Colonel Han Youngmin right now. Tell him to start Protocol 0. Admiral Kim looked surprised. "Sir, Protocol 0 was just an idea. We never actually built it." "We are building it now," Park said firmly. "They think we will give up like everyone else. They are going to learn something new about Earth people." All around the world, the same thing started happening. While TV cameras showed people crying and giving up, something else was happening in secret places. Hidden rooms, underground, in old military bases, in caves nobody knew about, humans began the biggest trick in history. Dr. Song Mira worked day and night in her secret lab under Jeju Island. Her team studied pieces of alien machines that had accidentally fallen from the sky during the moon attack. "Their power source uses quantum energy, but we can copy it," she told Colonel Han over a secret radio. "We can build the same weapons, but we need time." "How much time?" Colonel Han asked. "Give me 3 months, and I will give you weapons that will surprise them." 3 months. The whole world would have to pretend they had given up for 3 months, while secretly preparing to fight back the next day. President Park spoke to the world on TV. With alien ships floating above him, he told everyone that Earth surrendered. But underground, in places the aliens could not see, humans started working on something the galaxy had never seen before. While the aliens thought they had won another easy victory, Earth was preparing its real answer in hidden factories. Workers built new weapons using alien technology they had stolen and made better. In secret military bases, soldiers trained with equipment the aliens did not know existed. In underground labs, scientists discovered that human creativity could improve alien inventions in ways their creators never imagined. The aliens had made one big mistake.
Ow.
They thought humans were like every other species they had conquered.
Right.
Thought Earth would be afraid, give up quickly, and become good slaves. They were wrong. Earth had never been conquered by outsiders before. They were not going to start now. But this time, they would not fight the way aliens expected. This time, they would be smarter. The hegemony ships continued to float in Earth's sky, their commanders feeling proud of another easy victory. They had no idea that beneath their feet, millions of humans were working together on a plan that would change everything. The aliens thought the war was over before it started. They had no idea it was just beginning. For 3 months, Earth would look defeated while secretly becoming the most dangerous planet in the galaxy. The hegemony was about to learn what happened. When they picked a fight with the one species that had never learned how to quit, the countdown to humanity's real answer had begun. 6 months had passed since the alien ships first appeared in Earth's sky. Commander Veltor sat in his big chair on his spaceship high above the planet, reading reports like he did every day. Everything looked normal to him. The humans were sending up metals, food, and machines just like they were supposed to.
Oh.
Alien soldiers walking around Earth's big cities saw people going to work, children going to school, and everyone following the new rules. It all seemed perfect. "Sir," said Sub-Commander Catherine, as he walked up to Velthor with a folder full of papers. 93% of humans are doing what we tell them. That's normal for a new planet we control. Are any humans still fighting us? Velthor asked without looking up from his reports. Just small groups in the countryside. Farmers and mountain people mostly. They don't have good weapons or smart plans. The resistance groups in the cities are almost gone now. Velthor waved his hand like he was brushing away a fly. Earth was going exactly like every other planet they had taken over. First, the people fight back, then they get tired and give up. Then they become good workers. But Velthor was completely wrong about what was really happening, deep in the mountains of North Korea. Colonel Han Youngman sat in a room full of computer screens and radios. He was talking to secret groups of humans all over the world using special communication systems the aliens could not detect. "Phoenix Base, this is Eagle's Nest," came Dr. Song's voice through his headphones. "The packages are ready to be delivered. I think we should start Phase 2 this week." Colonel Han smiled, but it was not a happy smile. It was the smile of someone who knew a secret that would change everything. All stations, get ready to wake up. The sleeping dragon is about to open its eyes. For 6 months, humans had been acting defeated while secretly preparing the biggest surprise in history. While aliens watched the big cities and government buildings, the real resistance was working in places the hegemony never bothered to look. In Alaska, the native people lived in small villages the aliens thought were too unimportant to worry about. But these villages were actually headquarters for the North American resistance. People who knew how to survive in the cold and hunt in the wilderness were perfect for secret missions. In the Amazon jungle, tribes that the aliens could not even find were building weapons in hidden factories. They used alien technology that human scientists had made even better. Hegemony's pride had made them blind to what was really happening. Private Kim Dae-ho crawled through the sewer tunnels under Seoul, pulling special cables that would connect all the secret human groups in the city. Above his head, alien soldiers walked their patrol routes, thinking they controlled everything. They had no idea that right under their feet, humans were building a complete hidden network. Team leader Shin, the network is almost finished, he whispered into his tiny radio. We will have the whole city connected in 2 days. Team leader Shinjisu sat in an old subway station that had been abandoned.
Ow.
Around her, people from every part of life worked with stolen alien machines. Teachers, car mechanics, college students, and even grandmothers were all learning to use weapons the aliens had never seen before. The hegemony had made a huge mistake. They thought humans were just like every other species they had conquered. But humans were different in a way that no alien could understand. Dr. Song's team had not just copied alien weapons, they had made them better. Human creativity was something the hegemony had never encountered before. Every other planet they conquered eventually learned to copy their technology. But nobody had ever improved it. Humans did not just copy things. They made them better. All units, this is control. Colonel Han's voice came through radios all over the world. Today is in 3 days. Remember, we only get one chance to do this right. Make every shot count. From the ice of Antarctica to the hot deserts of Africa, from mountain caves to underwater bases, humans got ready to show the hegemony what happened when you underestimated the one species that had never been truly conquered. The aliens walked through Earth cities, thinking they were the masters. They read reports that said humans were obedient and defeated. They congratulated themselves on another easy victory. They had no idea that under their feet, in hidden places they never bothered to look, millions of humans were preparing weapons that would shock the galaxy.
Ow!
They did not know that every defeated human they saw was actually a soldier waiting for orders. The resistance was not scattered and weak like the aliens thought. It was everywhere, connected, and ready. The hegemony thought Earth would follow their rules forever. They were about to learn that Earth had its own rules, and Earth's rules were about to change everything. The attack began when the sun was rising, happening at the same time all around the world with perfect timing that the aliens never thought humans could manage. And Seoul, the big alien command building that had controlled the city for 6 months, just disappeared in a bright purple flash. The weapon that destroyed it looked like alien technology, but it was 3 times more powerful than anything the hegemony had ever built. Commander Velthor stood frozen on his spaceship high above Earth, watching his screens in complete shock as explosions lit up the planet below. Tokyo, New York, London, Moscow, Cairo, Sydney, every single alien base was being attacked at exactly the same moment by weapons that should not exist. How is this possible? He shouted at his officer. These humans were supposed to be hundreds of years behind us in technology? Sir, we are reading huge energy signals coming from underground buildings we never knew were there. The humans have been ... making things. As reports came flooding in from all over the planet, Belthor began to understand the terrible truth. The small, scattered resistance groups that his forces had ignored were actually command centers for one giant worldwide network. The primitive village people they had laughed at were actually running secret weapons factories. The defeated human population had actually been a hidden army the whole time. Dr. Song Mira climbed out of her underground laboratory on Jeju Island, just as alien attack ships screamed overhead, but before they could land, they were shot down by ground-to-air weapons that fired beams of concentrated plasma energy. Her 6 months of secret work had paid off better than anyone had dreamed possible. Team Leader Park, our sky defense system, is working, she reported to Park Kyungmin, who was coordinating the island's defenses. Those alien ships will not be landing anywhere today. The human weapons were not just copies of alien technology, they were improvements. Where alien plasma guns got too hot after shooting too much, human versions had cooling systems that kept them working. Where alien shields broke under heavy attack, human force fields got stronger, adapted to the enemy's weapons. But it was not just the technology that shocked the aliens. It was the way humans fought. Colonel Han Youngman led the attack on the Beijing command center with perfect precision that seemed impossible. His team moved through the building like ghosts, knowing exactly where the aliens would try to defend, and having plans to beat every defense. Hit the power generator first, he told Private Choi Suho as they broke into the main hallway. Humans do not fight fair. We fight smart. The hegemony had conquered 12 different species across the galaxy, using the same simple plan every time. Use better technology to scare the enemy, then slowly take control of everything. Every species had done the same thing. Either give up immediately, or fight back in obvious ways that were easy to defeat. Humans did something completely different. They studied the enemy. They learned from them. They made their technology better. Within hours of the first attack, hegemony forces found themselves fighting an enemy that seemed to know their weaknesses better than they knew them themselves. Human attack teams targeted specific weak points. In alien systems, their weapons went around alien shields by using energy frequencies the hegemony had never seen. Their fighting tactics were unpredictable, creative, and devastatingly effective. Sir, Sub-Commander Catherine Skoy shook as he reported to Velthar. We are getting emergency calls from all our ground bases. The humans, they are not fighting like any species we have ever seen before. What do you mean? They are not trying to match our strength directly. They're attacking our weak points one by one like a plan. It is like they have been studying us for months. It's the horrible truth. Hit Velthor like a punch in the stomach. They had been studying them. For 6 months, while the hegemony celebrated another easy victory, humanity had been reverse engineering, analyzing, and improving technology that had dominated the galaxy for thousands of years. Sergeant Lee Hunwoo crouched behind the broken pieces of an alien walking tank in downtown Busan. The huge machine had been brought down by a human weapon that fired tiny black holes. Something aliens had only dreamed about but never been able to build. Humans had not only built it, they had made it small enough to carry. "This is Ghost Team 7, he reported over his radio. "The walking tank is destroyed. Moving to the next target." All over the city, similar reports came in. The hegemonies. Ground forces were being systematically destroyed by an enemy they had thought was broken and defeated. But the biggest shock was still coming. High above Earth's atmosphere, human spaceships began to appear, becoming visible after being hidden. These were not captured alien ships, completely new designs that used alien technology mixed with purely human innovations. The ships moved with speed and grace that should have been impossible, their weapons switching between different types of energy so fast that alien shields could not adapt to block them. Captain Kim Jin-soo commanded the lead ship as it fought an alien. Cruiser. All ships remember the plan. We do not just beat them. We capture their ships in one piece. Time to take this fight to their home planets. The Battle of Earth was over in just 12 hours. The war for the galaxy was just beginning. 400s of years, the hegemony had been the hunters, moving from planet to planet like a disease that destroyed everything in its path. But now, for the first time ever, they were the ones being hunted. Admiral Kim Woo-jin stood on the control room of the stolen alien flagship that humans now called Retribution's End. He watched his crew get ready to jump through space faster than light. All around him, human soldiers worked with alien machines they had not just learned to use, but had made better in ways the aliens could not understand. "Navigation officer, set our path to the Kepler sector," he ordered. "Our spies tell us there are 3 alien supply ships in that area. It's time to show them what Earth has learned about fighting wars." The human space fleet was unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen before. Instead of just copying alien ship designs, human engineers had taken alien technology and completely changed it. Their ships were faster, could turn and move better, and had weapon systems that worked in ways the hegemony could not fight against. But it was not just the better technology that made humans dangerous. It was the way they fought wars. Captain Park Sang-min commanded a group of attack ships that used what humans called ghost warfare. His ships would appear out of hyperspace, attack many targets at the same time, and disappear before enemy backup ships could arrive. The hegemony had no way to defend against fighting tactics they had never seen before. "Target the supply base on Korvac Prime," he told his squadron. "Remember, we are not just destroying their supplies. We are sending a message to every star system in this area. The hegemony can be beaten." The attack on Korvac Prime lasted exactly 17 minutes. By the time hegemony backup ships arrived, the supply base was gone. 3 space defense platforms were destroyed, and the human ships had vanished into hyperspace. But they left behind something that would give nightmares to hegemony commanders. Across the sector, a message broadcast on all radio frequencies in perfect alien language. "This is Admiral Kim Woo-jin of the Earth's Defense Force. To any hegemony forces hearing this message, your empire is built on the pain of conquered species. That ends today. Surrender without conditions, and you will be treated as prisoners of war. Keep fighting and face the results. Earth does not forget. Earth does not forgive, and Earth never stops hunting." The psychological impact was devastating. For species that had never faced real resistance, the idea of being hunted was paralyzing. Hegemony commanders began asking for transfers away from areas where human ships had been spotted. Some entire fleets ran away to fortified positions, abandoning their patrol routes. Colonel Yoon Minji led the ground attack on Zarian Station, an important hegemony communications hub. Her team moved through the station's hallways like a force of nature, their powered armor using stealth technology that made them nearly invisible to alien sensors. "Bomb squad, plant explosives on the quantum relay," she ordered. "We are not just taking this station offline. We are cutting their communications for 3 entire sectors." The hegemony defenders tried to fight back, but human infantry tactics were beyond their experience. Where they expected direct attack, humans used flanking moves. Where they prepared for siege warfare, humans crawled through air vents. Where they expected normal weapons, humans used tools of war the hegemony could not even identify. Dr. Lee Sung-ho worked frantically in his mobile laboratory aboard the science ship Discovery's Edge. His team's job was simple: study captured hegemony, technology, and find new ways to use it against its creators. "I have found the quantum frequency their command networks use," he reported to the fleet commander. "With some changes, we can not only listen to their communications, we can send them false information." Within weeks, the hegemony found themselves fighting an enemy that seemed to know their every move before they made it. Human forces would appear exactly where the aliens were weakest, attack with devastating precision, and disappear before retaliation was possible. The galaxy watched in amazement as species after species began to rebel against hegemony rule. The humans had done more than win a war. They had destroyed the myth that the hegemony could never be defeated. Resistance movements that had been quiet for generations suddenly found new hope. Alien species that had given up to avoid being destroyed began to question whether giving up had ever been necessary. Lieutenant Commander Choi Jiang monitored communications from the freed world of Altair 7. The local population, freed after decades of hegemony control, had a simple message for their liberators: "Thank you, humans of Earth, for showing us that the strongest chains are the ones we make in our own minds. We are ready to fight alongside you." The hegemony's empire was falling apart, but their leaders refused to accept the new reality. From their core worlds, they sent demands for surrender, threats of revenge, and promises of total destruction. The humans had a simple response: come and try. The hunt was no longer just about winning. It was about justice for every species the hegemony had enslaved, every world they had conquered, every civilization they had destroyed, and Earth was just getting started. The final battle started at the edge of the hegemony's most important star system, where their biggest and strongest warships had come together for what they thought would be their greatest victory. They were completely wrong. Admiral Kim Woo-jin stood on the control bridge of the Earth's flagship Indomitable Spirit, watching as human fleets appeared out of hyperspace around the hegemony's last fortress. But these were not just human ships anymore. Spaceships from dozens of freed alien species flew next to Earth's forces, all united under one simple idea: freedom, all ships. "This is Admiral Kim." He spoke into his radio to the huge fleet. "Today we do not just fight for Earth. We fight for every species the hegemony has made into slaves. Every world they have conquered, every dream they have destroyed. Today, we end their empire forever." Commander Velthor stood on the bridge of his giant battleship Absolute Authority, staring at his battle screen with growing fear. The humans had not just brought their own forces, they had somehow united dozens of different alien species that the hegemony had kept carefully separated and fighting each other for hundreds of years. "How many ships are out there?" he asked, his tactical officer, his voice shaking. "Over 3,000 ships confirmed, sir. And they are using coordinated fighting tactics we have never seen before. It is like they are all part of the same command structure." That was exactly what they were. Human military thinking had completely changed space warfare, not by having bigger guns, but by working together with one purpose and using new tactics. Where the hegemony relied on overwhelming individual strength, humans had created a network of cooperation that made the whole fleet much stronger than just adding up all the separate parts. Captain Swang Ji-hoon commanded a mixed squadron of human and alien ships as they fought hegemony forces near the system's outer planets. His flagship, the Soul Ascendant, worked together with ships from 7 different species, each contributing their unique strengths to the battle. Altarian ships, give us cover fire. Centaurian ships, use your speed to attack from the sides. Human ships, target their command vessels. Let us show them what cooperation looks like. The battle unfolded unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen before. Dead of the chaotic free-for-all fight the hegemony expected. They faced perfectly coordinated attack waves that adapted to every defensive move they tried. Dr. Kim Hae-jin worked from the command ship's war room, studying hegemony, fighting patterns in real time and sending countermeasures to the Allied fleet. Her 6 months of studying alien technology had grown into a complete understanding of how they thought, how they fought, and most importantly, how they failed. "Admiral, I am detecting a weakness in their flagship's shield system, she reported. If we focus all our fire on Grid 77 Alpha for exactly 30 seconds, we can create a chain reaction failure. All ships, focus fire on the target I am marking, Admiral Kim ordered. Remember, we are not here to destroy everything. We are here to end a war. The hegemony flagship's shields collapsed exactly as predicted. But instead of destroying the ship, human forces disabled its weapons and engines, then sent a surrender demand. This is Admiral Kim Woojin to all hegemony forces. Your empire is finished. Surrender now, and you will be treated according to the laws of war. Keep fighting and face total defeat. The choice is yours. Across the battle zone, hegemony ships began to power down their weapons and surrender. The sight of their flagship disabled had broken something fundamental in their military organization. For a species that had never faced real defeat, the reality of human tactical superiority was overwhelming. But not all hegemony forces surrendered. Commander Velthor, consumed by rage and disbelief, ordered his remaining ships to make a final attack on Earth's homeworld. Snarled over the com channel, then everything dies with us. Colonel Park Min-soo had expected this desperate move. His rapid response fleet had been positioned specifically to stop any attack on Earth. And when Velthor's forces broke formation for their suicide run, they found themselves facing the most elite human units in the galaxy. All ships, remember the civilians behind us, he ordered. Every shot counts. Every second matters. This ends here. The battle was brief, but decisive. Human forces, fighting to protect their homeworld, showed a level of tactical coordination and individual courage that broke the last hegemony attack waves before they could reach Earth's outer defenses, Commander. Velthar's ship, battered and burning, drifted in space as human boarding parties approached. He had one final choice: surrender or blow up his own ship. He chose surrender. The war ended not with a big explosion, but with a simple message from the hegemony's highest leadership. We surrender without conditions to the Earth Defense Force and their allies. Let mercy be shown where none was given. 6 months later, Admiral Kim Woojin stood before the newly formed Galactic Council, representing not just Earth, but the alliance of free worlds that had emerged from the war. The hegemonies. Former slaves were now independent partners in a confederation built on cooperation rather than conquest. We did not fight this war to become the new oppressors, he told the assembly of species from across the galaxy. We fought it to make sure that no species would ever again face the choice between slavery and death. The galaxy belongs to all of us. Let us build something worthy of that gift. The galaxy had learned that Earth did not follow. Earth led by example.